Hello everyone, Merxerain here, and welcome back to episode 5 of our Enigmatica 6 expert playthrough. Today's goal, go to the nether, get some nether quartz, be able to craft a whole bunch of the different pretty pipes, modules, and other blocks so that we can set up our system. I've been told, though, that there is another way to get straw, right? The stuff that we were collecting the rice for. Oh, actually, I've used it all. But the stuff that we were collecting the rice for, and then chopping it here on the cutting board, you can apparently also get it if you just take the knife out and then gather wheat. Let's give that a try. There's at least one fully grown one here. Look at that. Oh man. Okay, so this whole wheat field will also be able to get a straw. That is amazing. Let's try it on the industrial hemp. Okay, right click does nothing. Does left click do anything different? No. Okay. Now, can we use it on the rice itself? Oh, wow. Okay, so that just cuts it like it's normally on the cutting board. Which is fine. It makes things a little quicker, maybe. So thank you very much for that tip about the knife. Let's take a look at our board. All right, make a diamond pickaxe. I have done that, so we're going to cross it off, and then I'm going to show you what I've done to all my picks. Not just the picks, but all my tools in general. So here we are. Here was my stone pick that I mainly use just for gathering stone or when I'm doing my branch mining. We can see that I've added some hemp binding onto it, which increased the durability. I think I had a spruce handle before, but let's take a look at the, I guess I can show it this way. Both stone pickaxe sides have durability 5 on them now. So the durability is all the way up to 766, which is pretty crazy. The durability on our iron pickaxe is only 359. Thing is a lot more durable than when it started out. I've done basically the same thing to this iron pickaxe. We can see a hemp binding, but you know, I've wrapped the handle on this one. Birch handle, you can see the hemp wrap. I did a very similar thing to here. I added the binding. I think I also wrapped the handle. No, I guess I didn't wrap the handle on this one. I should probably do that. But here we also have the diamond pickaxe that I've created. I've only actually used it to gather the obsidian that we need for the portal so far, but I'm sure we're going to be using it for quite a few other things. But we can also see on this one, we have the hemp wrapped iron handle as well. I've also got a pair of golden boots ready for when we go to the nether. So I was thinking, right, if we're going to go to the nether anyways, why don't we make our goal not solely be nether quartz, but also to potentially find a couple nether bees. We haven't actually started into resourceful bees just yet, but there's no harm in grabbing a few bees while we're there. If we see them. If we don't see them, I don't know that I'm going to go out of my way to obtain the bees, but we will have the jars just in case. And then finally, for nether preparations, I think I'm going to take a couple of these warp scrolls. I'm going to set one of them to my house here. Yeah, just like right here. And then we'll keep the other two in case we find something like a nether fortress. All right, now I still actually haven't built my nether portal, so I'm going to go build that now. Okay, so I've built my nether portal. So there's the village over here. I didn't want to put it in because I didn't want villagers to walk into the portal, and I also didn't want anything that might come out to be able to hurt our villagers. So over here, next to our ruined tower, right? I mean, this is a really cool looking thing, right? It's got the waystone. Figure we'll put the nether portal, and it also looks kind of ruined, right? It's got a lot of cobblestone mixed in with stone. I'll probably do a little bit more work on this to make it look even fancier, but it's pretty cool as it is. And also, I didn't finish the back. So we're going to need to do something to it. But really, I want to get it going so we can get other things going first, and then we can make it look pretty later. All right, in we go. we are in a basalt delta. Not the most fun, although it's an interesting sort of like encased area. Probably still lots of spots to fall in lava, but like look at this, it's like a giant room. Usually basalt deltas are very open and have lots of pits to fall into. Alright, here we are, what we came for. We'll start off getting some quartz. And from the first haul, alright. And you know what, before we go too far, we had better set a waypoint, just so we can find our way back if needed. Yeah, look at that. This is why basalt deltas are not fun to deal with. Okay, let's take a quick look at the map. What can we see on the map? I don't know. What I can see is it looks like this is not going to be a fun and easy place to traverse. Looks like there's a structure here, maybe a bastion. Maybe an obsidian pillar out here. Usually there's like a blaze spawner inside it. Other than that, though, I don't really see a nether fortress or anything else that just jumps out of me. Just a lot of sort of broken up terrain. A lot of this may be blackstone. This might all be basalt delta. Alright, so I cut my way over here, thinking that this opens up. It does open up, but it opens up to a very long fall. Yeah, this place is brutal, that's for sure. Oh man, I saw a bee, and I didn't have the bee jars on my hotbar, and so I've missed him. Really not sure where he went. Also found a nether portal over here. Another bee. We'll slowly make our way over here and check it out. Alright, what do we got in this chest? Anything good? Not really. We'll grab it all anyways, but not really. Bee, get back here. Aha! Caught one. That is a skeleton bee, which is cool. Hopefully we can get that second one to breed them. There's a glowstone bee. Oh man, I want that. I want that real bad. We have obtained a stack in 22 nether quartz, and we got one skeleton bee and 2 glowstone bees. I'm going to call this a successful first trip into the nether, especially considering what the terrain looks like here. It is now time to start crafting some of these items. So to start, we're going to make a bunch of observers. Well, we'll make 6. I don't know if that's a bunch, but... Okay, so 6 observers. Then I think to start off with, we're just going to make 1 of each type of these modules. So one of this one. Oh, this one doesn't even need a observer. That's nice. Actually, that makes it cheaper, right? Extraction might be the better way to go instead of using retrieval modules, depending on how we set things up. And then let's see if we can make this. Oh, the item terminal is going to need high extraction and high retrieval. Well, we might be able to make one of those. Let's go ahead and try. So let's make 1 additional of each of these. Invar. Okay, I do have some Invar in here. Invar again, which is fine. And then Electrum. So actually, I have some Electrum. I made some of that a day ago or so, just because I figured I could. And the way that I made the Electrum, just so we're all aware, is I used our induction smelter. You put silver and gold in, and out comes Electrum. Oh, look at this. So these modules can be made for other things too. Mechanism, logistical sorter. Oh, actually, that's the only other item. Okay, so we've got a high. Oh, I just thought of something. I bet you I should be turning in quests. Go to the automation tab. Yeah. Oh, it wants us to make 3 of each. Okay, it doesn't look like it has any of the higher tier ones, so that's alright. Priority. Okay, I'm not too worried about those just yet then. Go. Now we can make our item terminal. Once we get one more of these, add 2 other iron rods in storage. So here we are. And item terminal, craft. Boom, quest complete. All right, let's go ahead and turn that one in at least. Miner's Delight. Now, like I've said before, I've never used this mod before, so I don't know exactly how it works. We're going to do some tests with it, just to see how it works before I even try to design how it's going to set up. Holy cow, that Miner's Delight. Look at all the stuff it gave us. Diamond chunks, silver chunks, tin, copper, lapis, osmium, and nickel. Wow. Probably can't even store all of it. Some of it. We'll process the rest of it here shortly. Okay, so I don't think the pretty pipes actually need power, so that's a good thing. We're just gonna kind of work right about here. I'll set up a single chest there, and I'll set up another chest right there. I'm gonna put an item terminal here. Oh, and I gotta grab the pipes, which I believe are in the chest over here. Pipes and the pipe wrench. And you know, I want to take the shield off. Okay. So, if I set a pipe there, it looks like it's correctly connected here, and that's not a connection, that just looks like a little spacer. Okay, perfect. So if I put something in here, I expect nothing to happen. Great, okay. So, do I need the pipe wrench in order to use these extraction modules and whatnot? We'll find out. Oh, that just went, oh, okay, I can just right-click on... If the pipe is touching something, I can right-click on it. This one in the middle's not, so I cannot. Flow extraction module, so that's what we've slotted in there. What if I say disallowed? That stops it. But is that, wait a second, yeah. Okay. Ah, you know what? This is probably a filter. I bet if we say stone is disallowed, it has stopped. Okay, so that's a filter, it's not just a straight anything. And then if I say allowed, now it's saying the whitelist of stone is allowed to move through the system. Perfect. That's fairly easy to understand. And then, if I pull the extraction module back out, and we put a retrieval module, I bet it's going to be able to pull items from anywhere in the system. Maybe. Low retrieval module. You know, I don't see anything happening, but maybe we have to specify what we want. So we already know that this chest has 38 cobblestone. There it goes. Retrieval looks slower than extraction, which is good to know. You know, I bet the higher tiers operate faster, and I bet that they also have more of these filter slots. I also have seen, right, there's filter modules. I'm gonna bet the filter module just augments this even further and lets us have more items specified, which is going to be very important. Okay, so let's pull that back out of the system. We have 22 over here and 20 over here, so we have 42 total. What happens if we connect in our item terminal? I'm going to click this before connecting it as well. It needs to be connected to a pipe network, okay? So now it should be connected to the pipe network. We can see that it is here. Now if I click on it, ooh, okay, so this has already synced itself with JEI down here on the right. All right, so look, we can already see our 42 cobble. That's pretty cool. All right, can I just pull it out? Oh, I have to request it. Ooh, okay. I request 6. Let's see where it pulls it from. You know, and it got it all at once. It didn't send one at a time, which is nice. Now, I don't know how it chose this one, right? Technically, the pipes are equally far away from each other. Oh, I can't request more until I pull these out. Oh, I have to select it. Okay. So it did the same thing again. If I select a whole bunch of singles to request, it's still pulling from here. So for some reason, this is calling it closer. I mean, right, the code has to dictate somehow to call something closer. So if we pull the final one out of there and we pull one more out, it has to come from there because this chest is now empty. Now let's do an experiment where we move this chest one further away. And I'm going to put this cobblestone back in there. Now I fully expect this chest is closer, so it's going to pull from there first. Yep, that's what's happening. Good to know, good to know. Alright, so if we take all of that cobble and we put it in this side, there it goes. And it's probably, again, going to whatever inventory is closest. So if we want to set up an organized storage system like what we have over here, we're going to have to use filters. And we're probably going to have to use the retrieval modules, which we know are the more expensive ones. Unless we put a retrieval module on like the input chest, and then we put filter modules on all of the other spots. So let's see, what does a filter module cost? Okay, it doesn't take an observer, it just takes paper, so that's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and make ourselves one of those real quick. I know I have paper in this one. Task complete. It also wants a stack limiter module. Yeah, not too expensive to make. Okay, so let's put the filter module here. Now what happens? Low filter module. And again, this one actually does say filter amount varies by tier. So we know the higher tier is going to have more spots. And actually, just iron bars and a couple nuggets of those, easy to make as well. Okay, so this time we're going to say cobblestone is disallowed. So when I go ahead and throw my cobblestone... Actually, this is interesting, right? We already have cobblestone in the chest. Can we pull the cobblestone out? So what I did is I control clicked, and that did it plus 10. Alright, so it does allow cobblestone to come out of the chest, but I bet you if we try to put it back in the system, it's going to go the other way. Sure does. Okay, cool. Cool. I did see... There's other kind. I don't know why I keep spelling pretty with one T. There's other kinds of filter modules too. So, right, with this priority, if we say one chest is higher priority, it's going to try to stack that first, and it even says that, right? We'll prefer this inventory regardless of the distance. But the other filters that I saw more specifically is like filter by the mod, right? So we could say, hey, we want all of Pretty Pipe's items to go into the special Pretty Pipe's chest. So we could set things up that way. I wonder what that costs. It costs one of the pipe wrenches. Pipe, and iron. That's not too hard to make, although it does take tin. A tag filter. Okay, so tags, right? Let me pop out here real quick. I can't see it on any of these. I don't know where we can actually see tags the easiest. However, this I already know has a tag of forge chunk, probably, like ore chunk. So we could say, hey, all of the ore chunks go here. So what does a tag filter need? Just, oh, any kind of chunk? Yeah, oh, see, it's, it's right there, accepts any forge chunks. So that would be a type of tag. Now that we have a basic idea of how the pipes actually operate, I'm going to have to make some more modules. I'm going to have to make some more pipes. We're going to come up with a new layout for our chests. We might leave these here. I don't know yet. We might try to move them over and have more storage over here. An alternative plan is we could put all of our chests in the basement and have pipes just run down to them. So then the whole first floor is open for machines. That's an option. Although I kind of have this this idea that it might be neat to see the items flowing through the pipes. So maybe we want to keep the pipes visible and not go into the basement. There was one other thing I wanted to try here. Allows modifying pipe connections with the pipe wrench. So let's go ahead and use that real quick. And then also places blocks in offhand as covers. Sneak to remove cover or pipe. So we're going to try that as well. Here we are. If I right click, it's just going to disconnect it. Sure did pop the filter out as well. What happens if I right click it again? That's real simple. We already know if I shift right click it should pop it off. Nice. And then it says it'll place blocks that are in my offhand as a cover. Okay, so if we wanted to hide the pipes, done. And actually, it actually sort of mimics being a full block. And not only that, but it did actually use the block, so it's not like it didn't use an item to do so. Actually, so what happens now if we right-click it? We still have access to it. Fantastic. Shift right-click to pull the cover off. And we use other things as covers, like a chest. No. That was maybe asking for a little too much. But I bet we can use wood or whatever. Oh, and that actually just placed a real one. Okay. Fancy. What this would let us do, if we really wanted to, is we could leave these chests here, and we could run the pipes up in the wall, and then put the wall, you know, that block, the stripped holly, back on as a cover. So from the outside, it will look exactly as it is now, but this will actually have a pipe running in it. Although these ones do have glass panes, and I bet you we can't use a connected glass pane as a cover. Well, we can try it real quick, if I have any. See what happens. Huh. Kinda worked, right? But only kinda. Yeah, and they don't connect, so that's not really gonna work, is it? Let's take a look at what I've done. I'm not finished yet, however, I'm getting somewhat close. So, I decided that this wing of the building, right, so this is where all of our stuff currently is, but this wing over here is going to be our storage wing. Over here, we can see I've got a bunch of chests. Now, these are iron chests, and an iron chest does not connect to a side chest. It also is the size of a double chest, so it's larger. The mod, iron chests, actually can go higher than that. So there's iron, then there's gold, and then there's diamond tier. So gold, I believe, will have 3 more rows, and the diamond will then have 3 more rows on top of that. So these are going to be upgradable, so I'll be able to like make this iron to gold chest upgrade and just apply it, and it'll convert it right there and then. And this is actually fairly cheap to make, so I'll probably be upgrading some of these to gold sooner than later, depending on how much storage we need. These here are actually pretty pipes running underneath. You can see it looks just like this over on the other side. However, I've put the stone bricks on here in order to facade. I don't know if I'm going to leave glass back here or not, but the plan is to put glass here so that we can see items flowing through. So let me grab a few items real quick, like these. And we'll see what it looks like when I place them in here. Right? They go flowing through, and they will all make it back into this chest. Perfect. I was playing around with the Pretty Pipes display frame, and so you can put a frame on here, and then unfortunately I did have to put a diamond in there, but now shows me how many diamonds are in the Pretty Pipe system, right? See 0? The other thing that's really nice about these is I can right-click directly on the frame and it still opens the chest behind it. So that's very much unlike what a normal frame does, I believe. So I'm probably going to do that up here and up here. I just have those on there temporarily to sort of show that, like, hey, chunks are going to go here, ingots are going to go here. And let's take a look at the back here and see what happened. So I've used the filter module and the tag filter modifier. So in the filter module, I have iron ingot, but in the tag filter, I'm saying any kind of forge ingots can go here. So it won't just be iron. And I did the same up here. And we can see over here, I've done a few different things. So this box right here, this one is going to be for spruce logs. Well, actually, any kind of Minecraft log. And because these ones are on the bottom, they actually have a connection that I've allowed. And that one over here is planks. So this chest will be for wood logs and wood planks. And then my chest in the center here, these are mob drops. And what we'll see I've done back here is I've used a high filter module, so one of the very large ones, in order to specify a lot of things. And then what you can see that I'm doing on the other side is instead of using chests, I'm using drawers. And these are going to be for things that I'm going to have a lot of. Like, for example, on the tooltip, you can see I already have 28 stacks of this scoria stone. So that's 1,799 that's in there. So that would take up quite a few slots in a normal inventory or one dedicated drawer. And I've done a 2x2 up here for 4 different kinds of stones. What's interesting about these, because a drawer can only accept items that are already in it, like this, I don't have to specify a filter. I can just say, hey, this is high priority, meaning that, hey, if it can go in here, go here before it can ever go anywhere else. Lastly, I haven't set all of these chests up yet, right? So this one over here has a low filter module, and it says allowed nothing. So that means if I throw something into the input, let's say like my sleeping bag, it's not going to go in any of these chests because it's allowed nothing. But I have dedicated this top chest over here to be overflow. So this one says disallowed nothing. So this one's going to allow anything to come in here. So if it doesn't fit in any of the other storages, it will come up here. And this is going to be very important for when I'm figuring out, oh, I don't have a slot for, let's say, saplings. So it'll go over there. Now, well, I'm not ready to throw all of my items in over here yet, but I am ready for some of them. And this is actually my item terminal. This is where I'll be able to see and use items from here. And this here is just going to be a dumping chest. So I'll be able to throw any items I don't want in my inventory into here, and it'll go into the pipes. But I'm going to take these 2 modules out real quick, and we're going to use them over at the other place. So the high extraction module, what this will do is instead of sending 1 item at a time, it will send a full stack at a time. And the high speed increase module is going to actually just make it so they send really fast. And I have this box currently disconnected from the network because I don't want any items to go there. We're going to start with this because I believe all of these items should get routed correctly. The only thing that might be lapis blocks. Any of these blocks are probably not going to get routed correctly, but we can deal with that very shortly. So here we are, pipe, and then I'm just going to slot in the high speed, and the high extraction. So we should see everything shooting out very fast. And this pipe, of course, is just temporary until we get everything routed over here correctly. So we can see most things are going over here where it should be going. Some things are, of course, going on, like the blocks. Right, but we can see everything routing through. And I could have placed these in here and put a facade on them so that it would look like the stripped holly, like I've done with the stone here. However, I thought it was actually kind of cool looking to be able to see items routing in. And that's why these are here as well, because we're going to put glass, so you'll be able to see the items. So it looks like we've actually finished already. Let's take a quick look. Yes, it has. So we're just going to disconnect this box for now. And we'll come over here and see how stuff got routed. Here's my chunks. That's a lot of chunks. Here's my ingots. That's a lot of ingots. And then this one here. So I actually have to show you, I've done a little special thing. So in here, I have a diamond, but I'm actually saying any kind of gem can go in here. Unfortunately, you cannot put another tag in here. I would have loved to have put a tag in here and then said forge dusts or something like that to get the redstone in. However, you are only allowed to use one tag filter per pipe, which I showed over there, right? I showed on this one. We have the log filter, and then down here we have the plank filter. Over here, though, I'm using the tag filter for the gems, and then on the bottom of this one, I use a low filter in order to specify redstone, dust, blocks, flint, and glowstone. So I might actually upgrade this one from a low filter module to a medium or a high, and then specify a few more of these items that made it over here. Right, look at all this. We have... these are actually blocks of gold. These could probably be converted back down into ingots and then thrown over in the ingot chest. However, the rest of these are sort of not really specified yet. Oh, you know, unfortunately, I thought this one was going to go with the gems, but because it's a special tetra, it came over here. Probably just going to leave these in there for now. I haven't fully decided how I'm going to be routing everything, but I'm getting close. Right, this one's going to be seeds. This is going to be some kind of plants. Probably some more kinds of plants because there's a lot. This one's going to be stone and cobblestone. So actually, let's go ahead and route our stone chest right now as well. And already, I know there's going to be a decent amount of overflow. We don't have anywhere for cobblestone walls. We don't have anything for like these mossy rocks or these little rocks. Smooth stone and stone bricks. Yeah, they're all going to go to the overflow. But that's fine. It'll help us deal with stuff later on. Right, just like that, and then we'll apply our modules, and everything gets sucked out. So let's come over here and just watch it. Yep, we can see most things are going that way. Some things went the other way. We can try to account for them a little bit later if we want to. And we saw some things come over here, which was good. Oh, look, there's some more. Nice. Perfect. One more thing to call out, actually. If you put another filter module in here, it won't even let you do that, right? So I can't specify extra filters. There is a... I'll show you this over here. There is a filter increase modifier, but this isn't going to work how I wanted it to. So the filter increase modifier gives you all of these extra spaces, and I'm going to say dirt. Okay, so you might think that we're specifying diamonds, and then in here we're specifying gems, but we're also going to allow dirt. That's how you might think it should work, right? Watch what happens. It goes around. So it turns out if you have a tag filter, it overrides any other kinds of filters that you might want to use. So I couldn't even specify, right? I couldn't put dirt over here and then have that go in. Right? It goes the other way. So as soon as you use a tag filter, it's limited directly to that one tag, which is a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Like we've seen, if we have multiple connections, we can kind of do some fancy things there. The other thing to note too is if let's say we don't want to use this gem filter anymore, if we used a high filter module, we're going to get 18 slots, and then if we throw in this one, we'll have another 18 slots. So we actually might be able to filter on a lot more items just using normal filters. It's just the tag filter is a bit convenient. This episode is now at about the wrapping up point, but let's take a quick summary of what this system has bought us. This system has bought us the ability to go to one terminal and say, hey, what items do I have? I can see everything at once without searching through, you know, all my different chests to find something. If I had accidentally placed, let's say, all of my iron in the plants chest, it wouldn't matter because I could still see it from this terminal. This also gives me the ability to say, like, hey, I need, you know, some of these items. Right now it's down here, and we can see that they're going to route in, and I'm going to be able to get them real quick and easy, and I can put them back in. It has given us the ability to have a chest, an input chest, where I can just come in from mining, dump everything here, and it will flow to the correct chests. This is really going to help our organization and our sorting. So what's in store for the next episode? Well, I'm going to keep working on this pipe system in between episodes, right? I need to get everything moved over and probably make a few more storage drawers and that kind of stuff. But things that are on the radar. Create. We really got to start getting into create. I would like to make some sort of basic tree farm that can give us wood, you know, just so we have wood. But I also want to route like half of that wood to create charcoal and then route that into a power system that just eats the charcoal and creates power for our machines. It'll be a very easy sort of early game power system. The other thing too that I'd really like to get into is for villagers. Have all these villagers out here, but we're not making use of them too much as of this moment. So I have some plans to demolish some of these buildings and build some new ones. Create like a villager trading hall, create a villager breeder, which might be what I sort of have going on in the background over here. So what's going to happen exactly in the next episode? Not sure yet. Probably create, but it might be villagers. And one of the reasons why the villagers are going to be real nice is getting enchantment books. Let's take one quick look before we're done here at the enchantment table. The enchanting table. It is much harder to make than your vanilla enchanting table. It's going to need Isis God Shards, which we have to get from the Atum dimension, and Atum, I never know how to say it. It's very difficult. I expect to die there many times. We're going to need a magic workbench. We're going to need a novice spellbook. We're going to need crying obsidian, and we're going to need Heart of Diamond, which I don't even know how to make. We might have to find it. I'm not too sure. All I know is an enchantment table is a little further away than I'd like it to be, and I'm not ready to start the magic mods yet. So if we can get enchants from the villagers, that's going to help us out quite a bit. I know that there's also an Eidolon enchantment table, which might be easier to make, and there's also enchanting that can be done through the pedestals mod. So we have other options to potentially investigate as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode as much as I am. This is Merc Serene, signing off.